What's up with it, world? It's your boy FourTre, Dub City Records. In the building with my nigga SupaFly. What's up with it, man?
Man, what's good, man? You know, I'm chilling.
That's what it is, man. I got a few questions I want to knock out the fans interested in getting some answers to. Start off, why do you rap, homie?
Man, I rap, man. I do music because I love music, man. You know, I like hearing good music, so I try my best to make good music. That's why I do it.
How long you been busting?
I really ain't been busting too long, man. It's been, say, about a year, man. First one I ever did was the Tick on My Left with my nigga K1. Ever since then, man, you know, he tried to tell me to get into rap. So I started rapping, man. Now we're just doing it.
Dig. Who else you be busting with?
Man, for the most part, you know, the audio cane is just me and K. But, you know, my mixtape, I got features from everybody, man. I got James Paul, Andre P, Days, LP. Now I got SE on the new mixtape with the production. I really work with anybody, man. You know, I don't discriminate. XV even made me a beat. Shout out to XV, man. I got that on the new mixtape. That's gonna be hot. So, really everybody, man.
That's what it is. That's what it is. What's your take on the local artists around here?
Local artists as a whole, it's a lot of talent here. A lot of people don't know how to market themselves. There's a lot of cats that think they're better than what they is. But there's also a lot of people who's actually better than what other people may think. I don't really knock too many people, man. We all can get better, we all can develop. But I think as a whole, we're doing pretty good.
For sure. What's your take on the local music scene?
Local music is cool. Hip hop, on the other hand, you know, different venues won't push hip hop. A lot of crazy stuff happens at some parties. They blame it all on us. That's not all us. It's them dudes, but you know, whatever. But right now it's cool, man. We're getting a lot better as far as places for us to perform at. I think we should start throwing our own parties. We need to come together and do that, you know, together, rather than wait for somebody else to do it, you know. And then anytime we do like a hip hop event, everybody needs to be there. That's the only way things is gonna blow up. You got people performing, you got like, I shout out Manish Law, he shows up to everything, and then you got like 300 other artists around here that's just watching on Twitter and stuff. So you gotta support it, man.
Ain't that the truth, man? What's your take on this club music that's dominating the hip hop scene right now?
Man, I like club music in the club. Outside of the club, I'm a real big fan of 90s hip hop, man. That was real. I mean, even 80s hip hop. You had the group, I forgot their name, that made that joint Blue Cheese. I don't even know what that shit was about now, but
yeah,
that shit was hot, man. You had Joe Public. I think that was like late 80s, early 90s, NWA. I mean, all of that was real. It was talking about real stuff going on. Pac even had stuff that was real, but they played it in the clubs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now people's just making this dance stuff. I know after September 11th it was cool to make happy stuff, but now it's out of hand. I wouldn't say it's killing hip hop, but they need to do something else, I'd say that.
Who you think is responsible for the playlist though, man? Don't the DJs have something to do with that?
The DJs got something to do with the playlist, but the people do too. And really, them dudes is making this BS. Like, everything Soulja Boy make ain't BS. I can't just knock him, but he's pushing. I mean, YouTube, Twitter, like everything.
Right.
So you really can't knock it because the dudes who's making the whack stuff is pushing it. And the dudes who's making the good stuff ain't. Like, it was a time when Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Dead Prez, all of them was on the radio. But these dudes came out and they started pushing their stuff harder, and people hear that like, yo, I like this. I'm gonna dance to this in the club, I'm gonna bang this in the car, I want this on the radio. There you have it.
True that. Man, how do you think your music will change Wichita?
Change Wichita. I don't think my music will change Wichita. Really, like, you know, I make the music because I like it. I think my music's good. I think people will like it. I make it for them. So as far as changing the city, I don't know. I mean, some people might like it. They might start doing more hip hop. You know, if I push it right, I've been pushing it. That's why everybody sees me on Twitter, MySpace, and Facebook. Every 5 minutes, yes, I'm pushing me. But Other than that, man, I don't know if it'll change the city, but I do think, you know, a lot of people will like it. I try not to make BS. I try to take from my real life experiences so they can feel me. So I don't know if it'll change the city, but I think people will feel it.
That's what's up, man. What do you think about the industry versus the indie artists? Where the real talent at?
The talent's with the indies, because the indies end up making the industry.
Right.
The industry taps the indie dudes, but I think right now the industry's reading into this, like I was saying with the club songs, the industry's reading into the whole, all right, well this dude is pushing this, so this is what's hot, we need more of this. When the industry should be finding that different person.
Huh.
But, I mean, you get, like, a lot of stuff on the radio. If you listen to the radio, a lot of that sounds the same. Like, even, like, some of the beats, the songs, the themes, all of that, you just listen, it's kind of like the same thing. So, the indie dudes is coming out doing their own thing. Like, that's why, like, you know, XV got his own style. That's him.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody like jocks that, you jocking XV.
Right.
So I like, you know, I like the individual type thing. That's what should be on the radios and stuff. And I think the indie dudes are starting to take over because really, it's right now it's just about getting fans. You get fans, you get shows. Cool, the money's gonna come anyway, so you don't really gotta be signed. So
Ain't that it?
I think the indie dudes got more pull right now, and them dudes can be the ones that take hip hop back to what it was, rather than what the industry got it right now.
For sure. What do you think it's going to take for you to make it and for the industry artists or the local artists to make it into the industry, and what type of time frame we looking at?
Me personally, I don't know. I don't get into that. For me to make it, I had to push me. I had to push me to the people in Wichita. I got to push me to the people outside of Wichita. If a label here, cool. They like it, cool. If not, as long as the other people like it, it's cool. Because the A&R is one dude. Somebody else that might sign, you know, sign a check, there might be a team of 15, 20, but the fans is the people who pay for the music. The fans is the people that bump it. The fans is the people that argue against the people who write up the columns in the magazine saying you suck. Your fans is the one that got your back. So, not really worrying about that. As far as the city making it, though, we got to stop the little petty beef. I was talking to DJ Pino, man. He made a good point. He was like, you know, if a dude is whack, don't say he's whack. Build him up. So when you battle the dude, rip him in front of like 30, 40 people, or on camera, everybody's like, yo, you ripped him?
Right.
Because you built him up. And then on top of that, like he was saying, you know, in Dallas, it's more like beef going on with what we see. But they keep that to themselves. So we really need to stop that. If somebody got some resources, you know, help each other out, help each other push each other so, you know, we can spread out. Wichita will be good.
For sure. What kind of projects you got coming up? You got any tours, shows, albums, release dates?
Tours, nah. Shows, working on the shows. Can't say nothing about the shows yet, but we working on that. I don't want to put nothing out that it ain't for real. I got a mixtape coming out first quarter next year, In My Zone. The first single I've been putting out, Last Call, all over Twitter. Redid my mixtape, it's on there too. But I've been working on that actually before this interview, be working on that after this interview.
Ain't that it?
So it should be hot, man. It's gonna be a real creative difference from Return of SupaFly. The whole title of the mixtape is In My Zone, SupaFly versus Brandon. And I leaked a few tracks, man. The only person that's not heard it right now is Katie Much, so gotta keep all that on the hush. But it's gonna be hot though. You'll start hearing more and more next year, so.
That's what it is. You got any shots outs and anything you want to say in closing?
Man, shout out to the DJs that's playing us. 3, Pino, Sway, Connect, everybody here, especially Sway and Pino right now. They both played my joint at the club, both giving me some good feedback on it. Shout out to my dude K1 on the East Coast. I know y'all got 3 feet of snow. Other than that, man, you know, just shout out to everybody making good music, man. Let's keep it up. Let's push it. Should be good.
That's what it is, man. Thanks for sitting down and taking the time, man.
Yeah, for sure.
It's one.